Hi, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I'm here today doing political tarot. I'm going to do Hunter Biden again. I did him just, I think a month ago, but it might have been sooner than that. You can check my videos. I can't remember when I did it. But I had been thinking about him, and I felt like he was in some trouble, and that he might get involved in drugs again. I was concerned, but because like the past was coming up, but it may be this. It may not have been that. It may be this the suit that I'm not even sure it's been decided if the Attorney General of Delaware is going to pursue it. I would imagine he will, because the Republicans would want that. But I kind of want to see what my cat is knocking on the door. No, Charlie. No. Go find another place to lie down. When I got Charlie, here's another story while you're trying to get a tarot reading. When I got Charlie, his name was Charlie. I would have never named a cat Charlie. It's not a name I would name any animal, actually. Not that I have a problem with Charlies. It's just not a name that I would pick, right? I tend to pick names like Shadow or goddess names, or natural, like Willow or something like that, something nature-ish. But we got Charlie, and he was a kind of we were his third owners. His first owner died when he was very young. I mean, when his owner was very old, and I think he was young. And then this woman took him in, and then after her husband died, and then she started wanting to get more social, and she felt bad because she spent so much time away. And Charlie's kind of the cat that likes a lot of attention, still banging on the door, mind you. And so she said, I don't feel like I have enough love for this cat. So, you know me, right? So I was like, yes, bring the cat. We had two German shepherds. We had another cat. We had the bird Apollo, right? My mother was here. It was a very busy, it was a very full house, we'll say. But he came in, and now he's been the only cat until 2 weeks ago, when little Miss Charlotte moved into our lives, insinuating herself with her cuteness and her sweetness. And yes, Charlie, I'm going to have to let him in. Excuse me a moment. Okay, so I let him in. Charlie. So anyway, we both our dogs passed away, Boo and Gretchen, and then the other cat that was here, Oscar, he went out one day and never came back. So I don't know. Yeah, he was sort of an indoor outdoor cat. He always wanted to go outside, and he was used to that. And he was kind of old, so I don't know what happened to him, but he had a good life when he was with us, and he got to do what he wanted to do. And sometimes, they're animals. You have to let them. They have autonomy too, and when they want to decide, it's within reason. I don't throw them in the middle of the street or anything like that, but sometimes you can't prevent them from running out. They're just too fast, or you're not seeing them hiding and they go out. So, everybody has their destiny, including the animals. But then Charles, Prince of Wales, becomes king. And ever since then, I've noticed a change in Charlie. He's a little bit more kingly. So as I was telling you that story, I'm thinking of Hunter Biden. I've done his numbers. I'm going to do an astrology and Kabbalah on him. I'm going to put it on my Patreon page. I need to put more information and more of that kind of stuff that people might be interested in seeing on my Patreon page. because now I have patrons and I feel like I need to, you know, give them what they're interested in. um, but he has a lot of master numbers in his chart. He's got 11, he's got a 22, he's got a 33. This is not, Hunter Biden is an advanced soul. He's an advanced soul, and there's something, he's teaching us something, right? So um, let's pull some cards. How is Hunter Biden doing? What's going to happen with this suit? Are they going to go through with it? It's like tax evasion, I think, and then there's some gun charge because he said that he wasn't into drugs on a thing, so they're holding him accountable for that. So it sounds. I mean, let's face it, rich people cheat all the time with their taxes, and not that it, you know, I'm glad that they're holding people accountable on both sides, you know what I mean? But this is not the kind of, you know, fraud that you see in a Trump.org kind of thing. So, but let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Got two cards come up. Okay. All right. So the first two cards were information coming out. These just popped out of the deck. And then we had the Two of Cups, but upside down. So there's information coming out that's going to upset his relationships. Let's see here. Yeah, so there's information coming out that's going to upset his relationships. But let's keep going. I want to do a full reading on this. They just happen to pop up. I feel it's his maybe romantic relationship at this point. I think that he has um, a girlfriend or baby mama or something. I know he has an ex-wife who I think still, you know, has feelings for him. I don't think you cares about him, you know, not, you don't want that person in your life anymore on an everyday basis, but when you think about them, you want the best for them. I think that's kind of the relationship they have. Could be wrong. That's the kind of relationships I like to have. Like, no matter how much of an ass you were, I just wish you well. I have not been able to do that with everybody, so I'm not quite there yet, guys, but I think there's maybe one or two people that, maybe just one. And that's just an action of forgiving yourself anyway. Okay, here we go. So we have the Four of Wands, the victory card. Victory card. Maybe they're not going to do the, now again, this is the 9th, and it's, maybe it's noon now, because my last reading was so long. Yeah, it's almost noon. So this is what I'm saying, this, noon on the 9th. There seems to be a victory dance here. What's challenging that? Decisions, options. This is, this can be making the wrong decisions. He might be partying. All right, let's just see. Let's just see what's underneath it. The King of Wands reversed. Yeah, I don't think he's doing well himself. I think he's struggling. I think he's really struggling right now. Okay, let's see what's in the past. Is this all okay? We got the Ten of Pentacles reversed. A disappointment to his family, maybe. He's not really feeling that good about himself. See what's in the sky. The Page of Pentacles. This is about new opportunities, kind of new starts. there's opportunities for new starts for him. There's opportunities for him to get his feet underneath him. Let's see what's in the immediate future. Yeah, not the tower. No, this is not good for him. But it is an awakening. It is an awakening. So it's not, it doesn't, it can mean coming down like total, but it can just also be the awakening that he needs. So let's see. Let's see. So obviously there's going to be something that shakes things up coming up within the next 6 weeks. How it's seen from the outside, financial, financial stuff. This has to do with maybe seeds that he planted um, when he was working with Burisma. Um, something about that. Um, his domestic situation. Yeah, see the stuff, the devil. I'm afraid he's going to fall back into his addictions. And maybe his addiction is to money. But he doesn't strike me as it being addicted. It doesn't strike me as money because he has money. It has more to do with maybe people that he got involved with. Uh, the Ukraine is, and that whole area is full of an energy of like that devil energy. It's there. Um, and for somebody who maybe was suggestible because of, I mean, I don't know, was he doing drugs then? I don't know enough about Hunter Biden to know, but there's definitely this sense of being offered something that may not be for your best interest. Hopes and fears. Um, the Seven of Wands, but upside down. Um, he hopes he has the courage to to be able to do what he needs to do, I think. Let's see the outcome. Turn his back, abandon something. Abandon something. Let me continue. The Page of Swords. Reversed. Pick one more. He's really struggling, the Two of Swords. I almost feel like there's somebody around him that's not really trustworthy. Underneath it, we have the Queen of Pentacles, our values. Three of Pentacles. And the High Priestess reversed. He got involved with some people that he was not aware of their connections or their what they were hiding. I think his shadow, first name is not Hunter, actually, it's Robert. Robert is a 33. His birthday is the 4th. So he's a 37-1 shadow. He doesn't always see, beyond his own self-interests, maybe, or he doesn't always see clearly. I don't think he wants to disappoint his father, honestly. And when you do that, sometimes you create things in your life that actually do the opposite. So I don't know. He's not, again, I'm concerned for Hunter Biden. I'm still concerned for Hunter Biden, and I'm not really sure what the deal is here. But it feels to me like this is his old demons coming back to haunt him. And I think those demons are connected to his drug use more than anything else. And that could be what he's really struggling with, because that's his real battle. His real battle isn't Burisma. It's not taxes. It's not guns. Uh, you know, answering something wrong on a gun thing. Um, Application for a gun. He has a deep sense of disappointing his family. And the one thing that whenever they ask about Hunter, that Biden says, "I love my son," and I do believe him. I do believe he loves his son. The question is, does his son know? I mean, does his son know? Can his son let that into his heart? That's the real thing. I mean, that's why with addiction, the person has to choose life over death. They have to choose their life over their addiction and the reasons for living over, that addiction that will eventually, uh, keep them a prisoner of their physical need to have the drug. So again, light and love to Hunter. Light and love to Hunter. In that realm, I want to do also a look at Don Jr. Him and Hunter were friends, or they used to be friends, or maybe they're still friends. I don't know. But they're in a similar position. They're the sons of famous men, successful men in their way. Certainly, everybody talks about how uh, Trump thinks that Don Jr. is dumb and stupid and all this other stuff. That has to be very painful for Don Jr. And I've always had some empathy for him, actually. When I see him, I feel bad for him. I do. Even when he's, being like, are you kidding me? I've always had kind of empathy for him. So I don't know why. Not so much for Eric. I don't think about, when I think of Eric, I think, Eric will take care of Eric. And Ivanka is, I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about them. So it's hard to even remember what I used to think about them. I always thought that when I would do their cards, Ivanka always was the most worried of all the kids. And Don Jr. was like, everything's happening. Everything's great. This is wonderful. And I would think, like, how can you think this is wonderful? This is terrible. This is the road to hell. Like, don't you get it? But maybe I was wrong because they're still here. They're still around. I know that there's stuff coming down on their heads, but what does that really mean? I mean, what? What does that really mean? All right, let's look at Don Jr. Yeah, so we have the Five of Pentacles, but it's reversed. So this is bankruptcy, and this I feel like is figuring out how not to lose it all, how not to lose it all. But he is in let's see what's challenging that. The Queen of Cups. What's challenging that? The Queen of Cups is challenging that. Let's just, I don't know what that means yet. Let's continue. Let's see what's at the root. Power. Okay, so this is Ivanka. I think he's in a power struggle with Ivanka. Okay, let's see what else comes up. Let's see in the past. The Ace of Cups, ill-disposed, inability to find happiness, not feeling loved. Maybe he sees as Ivanka as the reason that he can't win. Maybe she's gotten to the AG before he does, right? Like, who gets to the AG first gets the best deal kind of thing. Let's see what's in the sky. Page of Cups. This is him like trying to escape his reality, utilizing his imagination and his mind. Maybe the whole power of positive thinking way of the way Trump was raised. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the immediate future, so his fortunes are changing. And the question is, are they changing for the better or the worse? Because this is some sort of power struggle that's going on. He would seem like he's going to go down, but is he already down and is he on his way up? Let's see how it's seen from the outside. Nurturing something that hasn't come, like nurturing his financial future, his domestic situation, a leap of faith in a whole new direction. Hopes and fears. Again, it's a courage card. Does he have the courage? Does he have the boundaries that are going to keep him safe from this leap of faith? His outcome, the Eight of Swords, but reversed. In the reverse in this deck, she's seeing what has kept her tied up. I think he's having a bit of an epiphany. The Lovers reversed. So some sort of broken pact, some sort of broken renegotiation here of a relationship. Let's see what's underneath it. The Four of Cups, divine discontent, The Nine of Swords, anxiety, and the King of Cups reversed. The father who couldn't love you. This is the King of Cups is Trump's shadow vibration. This is the dissolution of the family. This is the AG. This is Alicia Tish, sorry, Alicia Tish, who I love, love, love. Letitia James. Pitting the siblings against one another. And then of course Donald Trump, throwing all his children under the bus. But it's a whole new realization for him. I think for him, the illusion of his father's worldview and this sense that he could be everything his father wanted him to be in order to be loved by his father, that illusion has been shattered. I do think that he was deluded in that way. And now he's moving into a whole new place. And it's kind of up to him what's going to happen. But if the root is there, if the root is a magician, I feel like he's going to take control of his own destiny. And what that means may not be he's going to be the mighty, powerful Oz. He's going to be the head of the Republican Party. It doesn't necessarily mean that. It means that as I think as an individual, as a person who has had to go through this process in very much in the public eye, I think maybe he's taking hold of his own power, and he, doesn't mean he won't go to jail. It doesn't mean that he, look at Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen had to go to jail. And yet he was able to, because he was on the side of right, like move in the right direction. So he's in a power struggle with the other members of his family. And it's all new for him. I don't think he wants to be the fall guy anymore for his family. And we'll see where that takes him. Very interesting reading. I need to look at Hunter Biden's chart and maybe his astrology as best we can to understand what's going on with him. I think he has to be my next in the news. So hopefully I can get that done today and you can see it. All right. Have a wonderful day. Like and subscribe if you would like. I do have a Patreon page. There's a link below. If you want to become a Patreon of mine, you will. I'm still be on YouTube if you don't. But you'll get to see more stuff if you become a patron, because I'm going to do stuff just for Patreon. And so, if you want to do that, if you don't, I'll still be here and you can hear from me and get my take on stuff. And of course, I'll still be doing my moonshine with Ona and my moon shadows with Ona, moon shadows on my channel, Moonshine on Ona's Tarot. Okay. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Namaste. Send light to both suns, right? Yeah. Thanks.